Wednesday, the 31st of July 2015, just after 1 o'clock. Welcome to UK Column News. I'm your host, Brian Gerrish. With me in the studio, Mike Robinson. Behind the technical desk, Nick Green. And we will be joined live by David Scott, north of the border with Northern Exposure. Well, a few words on the weather before we get started. It's sunny here in Plymouth. Pretty unnerving, that, actually, isn't it? Blue sky and sunshine. We've got some good reports. It's sunny in Windsor. It's sunny in Rhondda. And David's kindly told us that it's sunny north of the border. Well, before we bring David in, we'd just like to start off with reminding people of serious events which are still going on overseas. Mike, going to cover a little bit of Greece here.
Yeah, we've got Christine Lagarde here because the IMF has said that they're not going to play. In fact, they're not going to pay or play. They've told Athens that their high debt levels, their poor record of implementing reforms disqualify Greece from any further IMF bailout. And I'm sure Greece...
Sort of hidden players here. If you look at the German economy's surplus, export surplus, balance of payment surplus, it shot up as soon as the euro started, because the German currency is artificially undervalued because it's being combined with Greece and Italy and Spain and such like. So that benefits jobs in Germany, it benefits exports from Germany, and obviously the reverse is true if you happen to be in Greece. So yeah, there are many important things here. The Greek government and the Greek government spending is certainly one of them, but also the fact that if you start dancing to the IMF tune, what you're actually doing is allowing the bankers to run your country, and that's not good.
It never has been, indeed. Of course, you're talking about a balance of payments surplus. In Germany, we've got the biggest balance of payments deficit, as we were talking about yesterday, in all time, hitting us at the moment. This imbalance in Europe is it's a pretty dangerous situation, isn't it?
It certainly is. It's going to promote social unrest, I think, and strife, and as we see, a lot of people trying to cross borders at the moment. And what we're not going to see, I think, is very many wise decisions made, because the basic models, the basic understanding that drive all of this, the Keynesian model, is flawed at its heart.
Yeah, indeed.
Okay, well, David, I know you think quite highly of Christine Lagarde. I'll send you a copy of that image we've just shown, which should make your day, I think.
I don't know what to say to that, Brian. It's very kind of you, obviously, but my interest in Christine Lagarde is solely limited to study of human folly. It stops there.
Okay, that's fine. That's accepted. Well, important, aside from Greece, important things in this country. The announcement yesterday that Ben Fellows was not guilty, which was a verdict which seems to have clearly shocked some of the mainstream press and media, because from what we could see, day one of the trial, press and media across UK, of course, labelling him as a fantasist. And then suddenly yesterday we get a result from that jury saying Ben Fellows not guilty of perverting the course of justice. Let's have a little look at some of the factors which the mainstream press have just not covered at all. UK Column tweeted this out yesterday, and we got quite a high retweet on it, so people obviously picked up. What we were getting at is bottom left, the BBC hammered Ben Fellows straight away. Ken Clarke abuse claim, a fantasy, the court hears. And then they had to come out with a headline yesterday, Ken Clarke, sex abuse accuser Ben Fellows is cleared. But of course, the BBC was really spinning the news by doing zero investigative reporting. They didn't talk about why the police had harassed him, why the police were so aggressive. They didn't comment on the fact that the police had said that some politicians were above the law. They didn't look into why these charges were cooked up against Ben Fellows. no substance in the BBC at all. It all appeared to us to be spin. Well, was it something to do with this lady, Theresa May? Of course, this is the Home Secretary who says she's going to be working exceptionally hard to leave no stone unturned.
It has not been easy for me, and I started off in Brooklyn. My father gave me a small loan of $1 million. I came into Manhattan, and I had to pay him back, and I had to pay him back with interest. I gave up the word incompetent because it's really not good enough. What's the word we use? Stupid. 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 They're bringing drugs. They're bringing crime. They're rapists. She starts asking me all sorts of ridiculous questions, and you could see there was blood coming out of her eyes, blood coming out of her wherever. Donald J. Trump is calling for a total and complete shutdown of Muslims entering the United States until our country's representatives can figure out what the hell is going on.
We have places in London and other places that are so radicalized that the police are afraid for their own lives.
We have to make America great again.
Well, what do you mean?